All right, good morning, everybody. February 5, almost 10 o'clock in the morning. I've been doing some running around this morning. I'm going to be talking to this gentleman right up here about running an electric pole. I'm going to go talk to him real quick. All right, Roger is going to be coming here pretty soon, and we're going to start figuring this out. I just don't have luck with that. I got told him yesterday. I went to his house, and I said I'm skittish to keep going because last time I had to backfill everything. So I put too much, and so he's coming out today, and we're hopefully get that all figured out exactly how we're going to do that. And I just talked to the electric company. We needed a temporary power pole out here. Meter, I got to put the pole in, and they'll put the meter on. He's saying right here is a good spot. So we'd just run all of our power, I guess, on lines down there. I have to figure out what's the requirements on my part for that. I briefly Googled that and looked that up for North Carolina, and it doesn't seem too complicated, but I'll ask Roger to make sure and get that set up. So that'll be one more thing that I don't really feel like we're desperate for it, but when I don't have it and then I need it, I'm going to go ahead and get the tractor going. Roger should be here any minute, and we'll get this thing going. All right, let's get to work. Alright guys, 3:30ish. It's out a little after. Roger left a little while ago. But we got this pad pretty much flat. We're still going to have to play with it a little bit, but I've learned to not trust my instincts at all, or my eye. Because when you look at it from certain angles, it doesn't look like that it's flat. But when you measure it with the string and with the levels and all this stuff, it's flat. So it might not look like it, but it is. It's bizarre. Doesn't matter what angle I get at, it looks off. So we'll have to dig out a little bit where the foundation goes here and there. There's about there's somewhere around 2 to 3 inch variation in some of those spots, but for the most part, it's pretty solid. So I got a lot of things on my plate, a lot of things to think about. I'm gonna have to put the auger on pretty soon to dig for the temporary power pole, and then I thought while I'm at it, I could put a mailbox out at the street and put a pole there. We wanted to plant our fruit trees, but we're not quite sure. We know where we want them, but they're going to be in the way for when we do more work at another time. So might not use that, but then I need a backhoe back on here. I need to dig some drainage ditches and a sewer hose to connect to our septic on the other house. I need to use box scraper for Nia and Diego. They're gonna put a shed in, so I'm gonna be juggling attachments to the tractor, and I want to do that as little as possible. So I have it all in my mind, what all I need to buy, what I need to do, and what order to do it, so I'm not juggling stuff all over the place. All right, I'm gonna go. I think that said, I'm gonna go over and try to flatten a space for Diego and Nia for their shed while I have the box scraper on. And I might need the box scraper tomorrow a little bit, but I think that's going to come off pretty soon. All right, let's get back to work. I'm killing a whole bunch of birds with one stone, I guess. So yeah, over there we were doing a pad for the house. Here's the big house. Way over there is the smaller house. And I came back here to clean or clear out a space for Diego and Nia for their shed, and this was all kind of bumpy. So I thought, you know what, why not just kind of, I put the scraper at a certain height and just kept going over this back and forth, so kind of evened it out. It's not so bumpy and rough. And then by doing that, I kept pulling dirt back here for them so they can take a rake kind of and smooth this out and make it the height they want. So they got enough dirt now to kind of work with the pad. So yeah, this is becoming a family shed compound. Ron and Val, Brent and Nick, and now Diego and Nia over there. So it's kind of cool. All right, guys, this is another day in the books. It is about 4:45. I'm kind of winding it up earlier than I usually would. I don't know, I'm kind of tired. Plus, Val and I have been out here every day on her 3-dayer, so I've been doing something every day. Tomorrow I should be back out here. I've got a few things to do. I've got some things to buy also, but I think I'm gonna be meeting Diego and Nia out here for their stuff in the morning. So I will see you guys when I get back out here, and we'll just keep on chipping away at this. Weather's been absolutely gorgeous. It's been fantastic. Let's see what the car says real quick, what temperature it is. 64. It's been great. So been very nice weather. I did see one day of rain in the forecast. We'll see when that comes, but anyway, been beautiful. All right, we'll see you guys next time I'm out. Good morning, everybody. February 6th. 10 on the dot. I just checked the phone. 10 o'clock in the morning. Had a couple things I had to do, so I'm getting a little bit later start. Went over to Rogers to do some touching bases on drawings for the new house, and met up with my kids here, Nia and Diego, show them where to put the shed. And we're thinking about, in the future, them being in an RV for temporary here while they build a house on the property. So we're looked at some area for that. Something I'm going to start doing is we get water. I'd mentioned this before. We get water delivered to our house. So after we use that water, I'm going to fill it up with the hose at where I live and bring a couple of these out every day that I come out and put those in the water totes. And that's how I'll just slowly add water. I mean, I'm already making the trip. I have no other source of water out here, so I might as well do that. It takes a little bit of effort, not too much effort. So that's what we're going to do right now, and think about what we're going to do after that. All right, guys, first order of business is I need to come down to this pad. It's going to possibly rain next week at some point, so we're going to try to prepare for that a little bit so we don't just collect a bunch of rain on here. Somewhere in this vicinity, I'm going to dig a ditch for a pipe to catch water and run it like out here somewhere down the hill just so it doesn't catch. And I think I'm going to, this is running downhill here as well. So I think I'm gonna maybe I'll dig like a little culvert right here so it kind of catches up against this pile of dirt, and then can go out that way. So that's something I need to do. And then we want to prepare ahead a little bit, thinking ahead for the septic's going to come from this house and tie into the septic of the original house we were going to build. So over there. So here at the back end is our bathroom will be over here in this area, and kitchen sink is going to be down there. So kind of plumbing is along this back end. So I'm going to run, dig a ditch right here as well, so we can have a pipe and that'll be underneath the foundation, so we won't have to drill the foundation later on or drill through it. So that will be done. So that's the plan for right now. I'm going to start working on that. I brought my pickaxe over, and I'm going to try to use the bucket. I'm going to try to refrain from using the backhoe for those little projects there. The backhoe would make it way easier, but I'm going to try one technique with the bucket, see if it works. If not, then I'm going to just use a pickaxe. All right, let's get to work. You guys, after digging with a pick, I'm even more thankful for my tractor. I can't imagine doing everything I've done by hand. Just digging these short little ditches is wiping me out. I'm absolutely shocked, and it's just amazing. Probably can't even grasp what the tractor does. All right, so that's going to be for the septic. I might have to go a little bit further in, I don't know. Drain runoff. I made a little basin right here at the top so that water can kind of funnel in. We may work with that a little bit more and try to make that work. And then down here at the end, I didn't do a great job, but I did, depending more on this barrier to catch and divert the water, but I ditched a little bit right there so I can kind of catch it and divert down there. Taking all these precautions for this pad, which we didn't do for the other pad. And the other pad is the one that's got all the rain. We don't really hardly have rain in the forecast as of now. Very little, but I guess we learned from the first one. So, yeah, I look at this and I'm like, my whole house is going to fit in this. I just can't believe it. All right, let's keep on working, find what's our next job. All right, guys, I never film the first time I hook up the 3-point or any new implement. I'll just admit that to you because I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm trying to figure it out as I go. And I know it's going to take me a long time, so I just don't even do it. I don't film it. I hooked it up. It took me a while. The problem is this seems to be the highest I can get it. It doesn't go any higher. I don't know what the trick is to getting it to get up off the ground. Yeah, that's as high as it goes. See, maybe I could tighten this and bring this up higher. That would probably help, but that's only going to do on that side, not over here. So, yeah, maybe I can do that. Maybe that would help a little bit. But if I'm at an angle, which I am, this is pointing up. This is the drags. If I'm on flat land, then it's like a couple inches off the ground. So, I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be. I actually did see a guy driving down the road here a few months ago in his tractor, and that thing was barely clearing the ground. So maybe that's the way they make them. I don't know. So I'm going to try pulling that side up a little bit. Maybe that'll help, and then let's see if this baby can drill. All right, that was the trick. I tightened this a little bit, made it go up. We pulled it up off the ground. I'm sure that probably is going to have some effect on how this digs as well. Now I got a whole learning curve of how to dig with this and learn the tricks. And I tell you, I think in like a couple of years I'll look back and say, I don't know how I did it. I was such a rookie, and I hope I the practice and just doing this over and over, I start learning tricks. I already have, obviously, with the tractor and stuff, but it amazes me every time I do something new how much work it is, learning curve it is. Anyway, let's see how this guy goes. This was the hole that I dug. I didn't record that when I was digging it, because it was kind of my first time, and this was up on a bump, up on a hill, so that was hard. Basically, I backed up the tractor and then lifted up the auger and placed it in like the end of it. The thing that I'm seeing about this auger is that it leaves some loose dirt at the bottom, so I think that thing goes down about 4 or 5 feet something. Looks like that's how long the drill is, but it doesn't pull all the dirt out at the bottom. So when I looked at it, the hole doesn't look 4 feet deep. Looks like 2 feet deep, maybe, I don't know. So either there's a trick I don't know yet, which could very well be possibility, but to be able to pull all that dirt up out of the hole. And then I test dug one there that I recorded back in the back, where we're going to create ourselves a little nursery or something. I don't know. We're going to put a little protected area for our trees that we bought. We're going to transplant all those into some buckets, bigger buckets than they're in, until we decide exactly where we want the trees to go. And then we kind of have an idea. We want to put them along the fence up there and along our tree line over here by the creek, but come in maybe 10 feet at least, so I'll be able to mow between them, and then maybe along our driveway up front. But I have, at some point, I will be going down here to the creek and along all that and cleaning all the brush out and just leaving the strong trees. And there's garbage in there and stuff, so I don't really want to fight the fruit trees, and they'll be there kind of in the way. So we're postponing on planting them and just let them be in buckets here and grow. But at least we got them so they can get going. All right, so that's that. I think I'm not going to go dig out by the road the post hole for the mailbox at this moment. I think I'm going to either go home and do some stuff, or I'm going to go to Home Depot and buy some stuff. So we'll see. We'll fill you in on that in a little while. All right, talk to you in a little bit. So I don't really want to put things out here at the corners, because if trucks come in, we'll have whale trucks and septics and all kinds of deliveries coming in. I don't really want it to cut the corner. So I'm debating on whether putting it here somewhere, or I can just put it all the way down here by the neighbors. That goes to them, but they keep all the mailboxes on this side. So it would make it easy on the mail person if I put it right here, I believe. So anywhere along here. So I'm trying to figure that out. We'll see. I think I'm going to wind it up for the day, actually. Tomorrow I won't be out here, at least not in the morning. Tomorrow I have to go to Greenville and take a car for service. our main screen went out, center screen went out in our car, and they have to actually keep our car for the whole time while they order the part and get the new part and then install the part. So I got to drive down there, get a loaner car, bring it back up, and then maybe I'll do my shopping for stuff that I need tomorrow after that. All right, talk to you later.